Alright guys, so let's start this. I'm gonna help you out here. This is on page 151. Okay, 151. Okay, I'll do a few of these problems. Okay, so I'm gonna read it real quick, and it says an adult elephant drinks about 225 liters of water each day. Okay, so that means 225 liters for one day. So 225 liters equals one day. Is the number of days the water supply lasts proportional to the number of liters of water the elephant drinks? Well, let's look at our table here. If I drink water, the adult elephant drinks in one day 225 liters of water. Well, how much water would it need for 2 days? Well, I mean, 125 for one day. That means 2 days. Wouldn't that just be double that? So 225 times 2, which is 450. Okay. And then if I want to find out for 3 days, I mean, wouldn't that be 3 days? Wouldn't that be just multiplying what you get for one day times 3? So then this would be 225 times 3. Sorry, 225 times 3, which is just real quick calculation here, which is 675. So then 675 will go here. And then for 4 days, well, one day is this. Well, I know 4 days is 4 times this. So 225 times 4, which gives me 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10, which is 900. Okay? So 900, so for 4 days of for the adult elephant, he needs 900 liters of water. I want to know if it's proportional. If you want to know if it's proportional from a table, you can cross multiply. Here, 450 equals, well, 225 times 2 is double to 25, so it is 450. So that checks out. But you must try another ratio for it to be true. So I told you before, I'm gonna stick with the first ratio. I like the one because there's a 1. So I'm gonna use that ratio. I'm gonna say, okay, well, one day, 225 liters. I'm gonna set it next to, I'm gonna set up a proportion, right? Proportion just means 2 ratios next to each other. So I'm gonna set it up next to, pick this one, 3 and 675. So 3 and 675. I know 1 times 675 is just 675, and then I'm going to multiply 225 times 3, which I already did up here, which does give me 675. So 675 is equal to 675 because they both check out. Then my answer would be here, yes, it's proportional. Okay. Yes, it's proportional. Okay. Number 2 there, it says an elevator ascends. So vas a ascender. Ascend means going up, positive. You're going up at a rate of 750 feet per minute. Okay. So 1 minute, 750 feet. Okay. Per minute. So per minute, you're going up this much. So then I'm going to go, okay, so what, per minute. So I'm going to put here, okay, so in 1 minute I'm at 750 feet. I'm ascending, I'm going up. So at 2 minutes, well, I'm 750 feet every single minute. So that means 750 times 2, which gives me 1500. So then I'm going to put, okay, 1500. Okay. Again, 3 minutes. Well, 3 minutes would be what? Well, wouldn't it be like 750 times for 1 minute? So that means 3 minutes was 3 of these. So 750 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1. 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 1 is 22. So it's 2250. Okay. Okay. And then for 4 minutes, well, 4 minutes. Well, 4 minutes isn't 2 minutes, half of 4. So 4 minutes will be double this, right? So then I can say, well, if 4 is double that, so then 2 times 2 is 4. Well, then that means if I double this, then I'll know what is 4 minutes, which is 3,000 feet. So, and then how do you check to see if this is proportional? All you have to do is cross multiply. Cross multiply these two. And do the same thing I did. I'm not going to do it for you, but do this, what I did here. If they're equal to each other, then try another one. The next ratio you can set up is this one. 1/7/50, and then 3 minutes, 22:50. Cross multiply these two, okay? So, then highlight it. You have this ratio here, and you have this one here. Proportion. You have those two proportions. Cross multiply them, and then if you get the same thing, then you put yes, it's proportional. Okay. Number 3 there. Remember, I'm not finishing the whole problem, so you must finish it. Which situation represents a proportional relationship? So which one of those two? All you got to do is, again, cross multiply. Cross multiply. If it's the same thing, then you have your answer. Okay. Here, cross multiply. That's all you got to do. But you must show your work. Don't just put it in the calculator. Okay. You must show me on the side over here. Put it on a separate sheet of paper. Do your work and tell me which one is proportional and which one is not proportional. Okay. Number 4. The same thing. You have 2 plants. Okay. So let me put this here. Okay. You have 2 plants. Plant A and Plant B. Okay. So I'm going to set up a table to answer that question. So I'm going to say, okay, so we have a Plan A and Plan B. So I'm going to set up a table. So, okay, we'll have Plant A. Okay, Plant A is and Plan B. Okay. Plant B. Okay. Plant B. I don't know what's A. Sorry. Plant B. Okay, so now we're going by inches and a week. Okay, so we're going to compare, okay, inches and weeks. Okay, and we're going to have inches and weeks. Okay, so in Plan A, after 1 week, it's 8 inches tall. After 2 weeks, it says there it's 36 inches tall. And after 3 weeks, it's 56 inches tall. Plan B at the same time, in the first week, it's also 18 inches tall. Second week, it's 36 inches after, yes. And then the third week, it's 54 inches. So then here, again, which one is non-proportional, which one is proportional? All you gotta do is cross multiply. You must do two proportions. Okay, 2 proportions. And then cross multiply. And you'll get your answer. Okay. Number 5 there. Okay, number 5, you have determine whether the measures of the figures are proportional, the length of the side of the perimeter, and the length of the side and the area. So let's say we got two squares. Well, let's say you got a square. Okay, so you make 2 tables. You got the first one. You're gonna say, okay, the side. That's not a 5. That's an S. The side and the perimeter. And we're going to talk about the side of a square and the area. Okay. So here we have, okay, the side. If the side is 1, for example, if you have a square and it measures 1, well, what's the perimeter? Well, the perimeter means I add all sides. So then if this is 1, well then 1, 2, 3, the perimeter is 4. If your side is 2, well then your perimeter is what? Well, 8. If your side is 3, that means each side is 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. what if your side is 1? Well, what's the area? Well, the area is length times width or base times height. So then that means it's 1 times 1, which is 1. If your side is 2, this measures 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4. If your side is 3, well, then it's 3 by 3. That means it's 9. So if I cross multiply, now you got to cross multiply 2 ratios. If you cross multiply 2 ratios, you can figure out to see if it's proportional. All right. So just make sure you have to show your work, and hopefully this helps you out. Have a nice day. Adios.